if you want to start off by telling us a little bit about how you chose Oasis, how you first heard about us, and then how you chose to work with us.
We seen advertisement on TV and with other ones, and so then I did my internet search and for the 5 best cash buyout companies, and yours was the one with the most stars. So we started out with you.
Yeah.
And we had discussed that we were looking for a certain amount, and if that didn't come to what we would go, then we would skip you and we would go to the next one. I'm being very honest about this.
Yeah, of course.
But we were pleasantly surprised because we filled out the form, said all what repairs we made recently and what work needed to be done, and Sean responded with a text message probably a couple hours after I sent the form in to you, and then we set an appointment up for the next day.
Perfect. And then that first conversation that you guys had with us, tell us a little bit about what that was like and how you felt after you had the conversation.
Well, we put him on the speakerphone and we explained why we were selling the house, and that we invested, retirement money in when we did it, and we were to the point that we were both 74. I'm still working. I would like to quit working.
Yeah.
And so we had a set price in mind, what, 150 at least, because we knew what money we had already put into it, and by making the mortgage payments and everything with it. And so then we went over the things and we discussed with him, what things we had replaced in the house already and what needed to be done. And we would mention, about something. No, we take care of that. And so then he said, what do you want? Not, and so at that point, we had not mentioned the 150, and we said 150, and that's when he responded, oh, I can do better than that.
Yeah.
And so then he put us, on hold?
On hold a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. And he came back and he says, are you ready? And we looked at each other.
Like, I don't know, are we?
Yeah. And then he came back with the offer, and we looked at each other and we were just shocked, and we said, okay, we're not going any further. We're just staying right with the company that we were
perfect.
with.
That's really good to hear. It always makes me happy to know that we're able to not only meet but exceed what your expectations are.
Yes.
And then tell us a little bit too about the house itself, and that you actually have family living in it, right?
Yes, it really, his mom and dad, we had moved to Texas for him to work for 5 years, and his mom and dad were down there too, and then the work down there slowed down, and we moved back to Ohio, and your mom and dad were down there, another few more years?
Another 10 years.
Like another 10 years. And we got this phone call and says, we went down to visit, and we walked in their house, and they says, can you pack up our house and move us back to Ohio in a week? And we're going, yeah. So we did. So they moved in with us, and the old farmhouse where this house exists now was torn down, and so they stayed and they built this house, and then that they were across the road from us, and then they both passed away, so then the house went to Mark and his brother, and then we eventually bought his brother's half out, which is what this one was, and then we moved our daughter and the twin boys in there, and they're now 21, so that they were young, so they've been there 10 years?
10, 11 years.
10 or 11 years.
Wow.
And
so you guys have lived across the street from them, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
The last. So you said that was about 10 or 11 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it was in 2013. Well, in fact, September of 2013.
Yeah.
So it will
gosh.
be exactly 11 years. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And then as far as the entire process with Oasis, do you remember how long it was since when you originally called us to now when we closed today.
Okay, we called on, was it the 9th? It's 9th is Saturday, so it was either the 9th or the 10th. 9th. Yes, it was on the 9th. He sent us the papers, and we signed them and sent it back, and then so it hasn't really been what,
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Did that meet the timeline that you guys were looking to close
We
in?
we wanted to close before the end of August,
Okay.
so that met what we wanted and everything. So that was good.
Perfect. So you called on August 9th, and then we closed on August 23rd.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And then we were all laughing because while we were trying to talk to him on the phone, there was a crop duster, flame
Flying over.
and he could hear it because we had my cell phone laying on the, so it was just very nice that, we had a lot in common. He was familiar with the area, and that whole process didn't even take how long? Maybe an hour and a half.
Hour and a half, yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half for that, but he just made us really comfortable that you weren't afraid to ask him any questions, and most of the time his response, nope, we take care of that. Nope, we take care of that. And so it was really a great experience. The good was the selling price. We just didn't expect to get our area. We live close to where they're building the new Kroger store on 42. I don't know if you guys were of that. So our area, we're on the north side of 42. That's on the south. Mm-hmm. And so Jerome and Dublin are closing over to our side of the road. So things were developing and everything. So we knew we probably could get a good price because most of the people on our road have moved there, from Columbus,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. But there has not been anything negative, and we have been talking to our daughter, so she knew we were in this process and everything, and so they're being taken care of and everything. So it's not, it's a trend. It was a few tears at the beginning, but it's a smooth transition. But yeah. The house that we are in across the road is the first house we ever bought, and it was 96?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we haven't really had that much experience, but we just have read so much, and it was the advertisement that seemed to be the current way everybody was going, because if you had a dumpy house or that, you could, take it off our hands. And we knew ours was in pretty good shape. But it was just the fact that we don't have the extra cash to put in paint, new carpets, to put it in to meet the expectations of the realtor. So, and I wish I could think of the name of the one guy who came out. There was two of them.
Our team?
Yes.
Was it Wayne or Greg?
Greg.
Greg. And he said he was impressed because the house was really well built, and he said it wasn't going to be any problem to sell. And he told us, how Shane told us that, that they just rip out the cabinets and the bathroom, and they, fix it up so it met 2024, and so that was nice to know that, you'd be able to fix it up and, make a profit on it for yourselves. But it was more than what we were expecting, so we were very happy.
Yeah, and I think, like Chris said, the last question, just if you were gonna, meet someone and they told you that they were about to, think about selling their house, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to check that out first, because you don't have the realty fee. I was not expecting not to have to pay any closing costs for you. And we said, we were having a hard time, coming up. So we were late on paying our, real estate taxes. So don't worry about it. We'll just include it in the closing, And so he just took any worries that we had. It's just, we'll handle it. So it was very stress-free, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
For us. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad we were able to help.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much.
Yes, you're
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.